Okay, Dr. Orly Tates, it's good to be with you again. Tell me what's happened since the last time I was talking to you about this situation. This Judge Land situation, he's really serious about making you pay a $20,000 fine. And since he never let the issue go to the merits where a jury decided, I don't understand why that should even happen.
There are a few developments. First of all, I have filed an appeal and an opening appeals brief in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco, where I'm representing Ambassador Alan Keyes, 10 state representatives, and 30 members of the military, appealing the decision of Judge Carter. There are a number of reasons, as you know, to appeal this decision, and that has to do with Barack Obama's eligibility. This is the case where Judge Carter originally stated that the case will be heard on the merits. We will have an open court trial. Later, he changed his opinion.
That's right. And I was there in September, I think it was September 8th of 2009, and he did say it was going to be decided by a jury on the merits. And then after Attorney Creep got it delayed, by November he dismissed it. And I didn't understand that because it was supposed to have the trial January 26th of 2010, and it never happened. It appeared to me somebody got to Carter. But going back to what you were saying, yeah, it never happened. Let me just ask you, do you think Attorney Creep was there specifically to sabotage it? And wasn't he representing Ambassador Keyes at that time?
Well, a number of things have happened. First of all, in regards to Ambassador Keyes, I have filed an action together with Gary Creep in the state court. We had a case together in the state court where we represented Alan Keyes and two other members of the American Independent Party. However, when I suggested to file the federal case, I was the only attorney, and I was the only attorney until sometimes in October of 2009. And I represented Ambassador Alan Keyes, 10 state representatives, and about 30 members, high-ranked members of U.S. military. Suddenly, two members of American Independent Party made a deal with Gary Creep where they switched to him, and he just kind of barged in this case. He showed up. I protested because his definition of natural-born citizen was most beneficial for the defense. My definition is the least beneficial for the defense because I follow the definition by Emerald de Vattel, whereby in order to be a natural-born citizen, it's not enough to be born in the country. Your parents have to be citizens of the country. They had to have allegiance. He follows a different definition where it's enough just to be born in the country, and I was concerned about that. Additionally, when Judge Carter was willing to rule on the government's motion to dismiss, Attorney Creep, as I said, barged in. He asked for more time, and during that time, Obama administration was able to place one of Obama's defense attorneys, an attorney from his defense firm, Perkins Coie, an attorney by name Siddharth Villamoor, as a law clerk for Judge Carter. And typically law clerks are the ones who are doing the research, that are writing the opinion, and of course he written an opinion what was horrible for the plaintiffs and the most beneficial for Obama, for the defense.
We didn't know that last year. When did you find this out?
Well, I found it out when this decision came down. We could see it was biased. There was total lack of impartiality. We did the research. We found out that Siddharth Villamoor started working beginning of October. So I don't know how was it connected to Creep, but somehow Creep was able to postpone the case, the decision, and then Siddharth Villamoor was hired. It was horrible. But it's interesting, when I found out that this guy Villamoor, according to some documents, graduated from Columbia University Law School. According to other documents, he graduated from some obscure school. It's called Kamenice School of Law in Bratislava, Slovakia. And of course, we know that Obama has a similar story. He went to Columbia University. However, nobody can find any records. Everything is sealed. Not just his birth certificate, the original birth certificate, but his school records are sealed. And it seems that he went through a similar program where he studied somewhere abroad and got credits from Columbia. It's interesting that Sid Hartwell Moore also resided in a tiny community of Mercer Island, Washington State. That's where Obama's family is from. That's where his mother and Dunham went to high school. And it's interesting that Obama lied about his parents living in Hawaii when he was born. In reality, we found out that Ann Dunham, his mother, dropped out from the University of Hawaii sometime in the end of 1960. She was nowhere to be found for 9 months. In 1961, she appeared in Washington State. She was in Northern Ireland, and then she studied fall and winter trimesters in University of Washington in Washington State, and later on transferred to Hawaii. So there are a lot of connections. I have written to Judge Carter. I stated this is clear lack of impartiality. How can you do this? And of course, I got no answer. There was another issue, and just recently I received a letter from one Linda Belcher, who used to be a volunteer for attorney Philip J. Berg. And Philip J. Berg has written a letter to Judge Carter. There was another letter where I was accused of suborning perjury. And this volunteer stated that Philip J. Berg is working with a woman by name Lisa Liberi. We found out, we checked, this is a convicted document forger. This woman has multiple convictions for forgery of documents, forgery of an official seal, grand theft, and the same Lisa Liberi was on a three-way call with a gentleman where she asked him to file a complaint about me, and he was the gentleman who filed a complaint about me, lying, saying that I tried to suborn perjury, which never happened. And by the way, that gentleman is also a convicted document forger. This information was forwarded to Judge Carter. Nothing was done. We have some serious problems today in the judiciary. We have a case that came from Georgia, from the courtroom of Judge Land. This is the case where I represented, actually 2 cases represented members of U.S. military. And I provided this Judge Land with clear information. Obama does not even have a valid social security number. He used multiple social security numbers, and he's sitting today in the White House with a social security number 042684425 that was issued in the state of Connecticut to another individual. Even Globe magazine that you can find today in the stores is writing about the fact that Obama is a fraud, doesn't even have a valid social security number. I have provided the courts with information from the Assembly of Kenya, where Minister of Land, James Orengo, stood up and said Obama was born in Kenya, in the open. And those federal judges don't give a damn. It's absolutely unbelievable what we have today in the judiciary. And when it goes to higher courts, courts of appeals, or Supreme Court, most cases judges don't see what comes there. There are clerks that decide what will be heard. Most of those clerks, to the left of Lenin, they're young, right after law schools, brainwashed by those ultra-liberal professors. They are worshiping Obama, and anything that is detrimental to Obama does not see the light of day. And we've got a serious problem. I seriously doubt anything will be done by the judiciary in this country. Today, judiciary in the United States of America reminds me the judiciary that I saw in the communist dictatorship of the Soviet Union. It was just a formality. It was just a facade. Beautiful buildings and nothing behind those buildings. Not one single case dealing with serious constitutional issues, particularly the most serious issue of legitimacy of U.S. president, is heard on the merits. Nothing. They just throw them on technicality. They intimidate and harass civil rights attorneys.
So has the mainstream media totally failed in their job to bring these things to light and to tell the American people that Obama is using a Social Security number that was given to some other man in Connecticut, and people are going to be court-martialed because Obama won't produce his documents, and people in the military have serious reservations? Has the mainstream media failed to do their job?